Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to Arsenic Candy Gaming. And welcome back to the Caves of Khud, and welcome to the outskirts, to the east of Balar. We sort of ran out of things to do other than going to the very, very eastern lands of Khud to recover relics. We're a little far off for that. I don't think we're ready for the Deathlands. I don't think we're quite ready to go yomping down into Bethesda Susa. And I, off camera, tackled the Gershlings of Red Rock, which I will dump. Well, can we eat that? Not hungry enough. Let's just drop it. Let's just drop it. Oh, that ape's going to kick the shit out of that man. Let's get some wine out of the deal, though. What you got? Yeah, so I thought we'd just come over and tackle Balar, because we don't really have a lot going on. So who knows? We might stumble across some exciting treats upon the journey. Maybe a set of stairs, which we might explore. Who knows? I mean, the world truly is our oyster, is it not? Let's continue heading to the east and see where we go. We should stumble across an old hollowed out tree. Oh, what's this? A shrine to Reshef, the ghost in Cerulean. Let's have a look upon it. Whilst travelling near Bethesda Susa, Reshef lost control of his chariot and drove it off a cliff. Luckily, a local physician named Rebecca came to his rescue. Moved by her kindness, Reshef enrolled at a nearby hospice as her apprentice. Well, that's just wonderful. Reshef sounds like a simply divine being. The Voltic brand of the Gardens of Datara seems to do a lot of the heavy lifting of this build. Not to be sniffed at. We do have something that I'd quite like to check out. The Anomaly Fumigator implant. We emit clouds of normality gas every turn. That means that we can, I believe, normality is something that I've not really branched into, but I think, and I'm sure that I will be corrected by one of many people that like to tell me where I'm wrong. Normality gas puts a stop to psychic abilities, does it not? Esper abilities, amongst other things. Anything that is not normal. Hi. Die. Your friend over there's got a shotgun. I'd like to not challenge that. Shield slam this twonk. 2 deads. What did you have? You had a carbide dagger and an Iskar rifle. Let's get that carbide dagger. We can at least sell it. We can disassemble the Iskar rifle and get some bitties. Lovely. Let's do a quick rest up. Recoup some of our losses in the health department. I believe we are at a hollowed out... No, probably not. Shield slam not working there. What have we got? Have we got anything else we can use? We certainly do not. We certainly do not. An engraved carbide dagger. Let's have a wee gander upon that and see if it will furnish us with any useful information. After conferring with mysterious strangers, Reshef convinced them to help him found a harbourage for the purpose of receiving visitors from across the clustered cosmos. They named it Starfarer's Quay. Quay. Whatever you want to say. I'd say that's Key. Here, where I live, we pronounce that Key. 40 plus 40 reputation with the cult of the coiled lamb. Solid. That might be worth a few doubloons at the Bureau de Change. Oh, what's this? We took some injectors. No, thank you. The bloody Nefertari coming in here and punching me in the face. Hi, I'm Walter. The Hydriarch sent me. I'm shocked that she even deigned to speak my name. I'm a pariah now, beneath discussion. Does she demand remuneration for the remuneration? Not remuneration. That's something very different. Remuneration for the scant supplies I stole. She says that you stole Kindrish, the village's treasure. Is that her angle? To claim that I stole Kindrish? Her influence must be waning more than I ever knew. A frame up. I suspected this. Well, good. I would give you a prize for your insight, but times have been lean. As you say, the Hindriarch is obviously framing me. As a pariah, I am an ideal patsy for Care. Much as I love my people, they are weak of will and do not question the Grando. Do you think that she stole it? You Kendron are just as thick as the elders. I'd hoped otherwise. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee at nearly 7:30 in the evening. A terrible idea. Well, I am suggesting that the old Grando is trying to fool you, and the village as well. I'm not certain she stole it herself, but an investigation might undermine her authority, and she can't have that. What should I do then? The proof is in the petals, Kendron. You want justice? Find out what really happened. If you want evidence... if you find evidence, Warden Neilhind will support you. Speak to her. She's loyal to Grando, but more loyal to the truth. I'll return to the village and we will sort this out. The Hindriarch will have to tolerate my presence until my name is cleared. I will. Live and drink. Zip zap zoip. Have you got any stuff that I want? How about the stuff that I've got? Do you want it? Like this here dagger. And a desert crease. And one of these daggers. Have 'em. We will also break down this... There was a thing there that I saw and I can't remember what it was now. Bear with me. Hoiki. Stun rod. Let's disassemble that. And, yeah, we can... Oh, hi there. How are you, goatee? You're dead. You had a dead goat. You passed by a tanglewood tree, a salt hopper mandible, and some steel gauntlets. They might go well with our outfit. What are we currently rocking on our hands? Feathered boar skin. I think not. I think not. We want something tough, but also flexible, so that we might dodge our enemies. Let's just piss off back to Bela. Go and tell Ke that I will remain in Balar until this is sorted. Bonjour, Ke. Why is an exile standing in my village? Are you trying to play me for a fool? Eskine claims to be wrongfully accused. The pariah claims to be wrongfully accused and you believe her. She is obviously lying. Are all Kendron so gullible? There's no proof that she's lying. Fine. Go to the warden then and have her solve this mystery. But know this. Until a thief is found and Kindrish is recovered, I cannot reward you. You get nothing. Live and drink, friend. Well, live and drink to you too. I'll take the XP that you've awarded me. We do have a level up that we've recently acquired. So we do have some skill points that we could spend. I know that we got short blades on our head. I'm not sure that it's really worth investing short blade points into. Short blade attacks that penetrate have a 75% chance to cause your opponent to bleed. When you wield a short blade in your offhand, I don't think that not robotic. It does. I don't think it counts for the blades upon our head. Have you got much of trade value? You've got a weird artifact. I've got a sneaking suspicion that that might be what we're looking for. Who knows? Let's go speak to the warden. Wait, why is Esk here? What's going on? Do you have Kindrish? No, Eskine claims to be wrongfully accused. Oh. But what now? You're the warden. Why don't you tell me? No, we'll investigate and find the truth. I'll be nice about it, much like other people are not. Ah, well, yes, that's a good idea. You'll help, right? My axe arm and conviction are strong, but deduction has never really been my greatest strength. I can answer the questions about the people in town if that would be helpful. I will return. Oh, it would. Could you answer some questions now? I could. What can you tell me about the Hindriarch? We didn't look around for the bugger. Bear with me. I'll be right back. Was it there? Where did we go? Was it here in the goat folk village? No, I don't think that it was. Shit. I've done a cock up here. I wasn't supposed to come back here. So, get away. Get away. I will have you know that I will not stand for this nonsense. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's go for the centre. I can't recall. Did we pass through this or something? We, maybe we did. Maybe we did. And we'll keep going to the east and we'll find what we were looking for. Here we are. There should be something of interest here that we may stumble upon. So let's have a quick whip around. I don't know how I forgot about it. Hi. I have some bullets for you if you're interested in them. Take a shield to the face. Thank you. And we'll preserve some food and we will choose some ingredients. We'll go jerky. We'll go jam. We'll go for our jerky salad. Our delicious sticky jerky salad. It's all about jerky salad, boys. Where's my love letter? I need that. I bet it's burnt up in that fire there. Good, good. We definitely didn't. We definitely didn't find it. So that's fucked. Never mind. Well, we won't be doing any side quests for this mission. Oh, I didn't want to find a goat folk village. I wanted to piss off back to where came from. There we go. Forget I spoke. Hi there. May I ask some questions about suspects? What can you tell me about the Hindriarch? She's very wise and very careful. Which makes up for her lack of strength or tact. She always knows what's right and she runs a very tight shift. She hates clutter from work like nothing else and cleans up any mess she makes. Unless it's a spill and then she makes Quichine do it. It's because Grando has a terrible fear of standing pools of water, refusing to touch them. Copper and bronze afflict her with allergy sores and she can't touch them. She's too old to spar with me, but her bow arm still aims true. That's all I can think of. Well, I have another question. What can you tell me about Escalind? She's a good person with strong convictions, or always seems so. I suppose that's not helpful. She has a good eye for detail and hates water vine so much that she avoids the paddies and won't eat mats without lard broth to make it taste better. She's afraid of saltbacks and she's good at foraging and terrible at crafting. I've missed her so much. How about Quichine? Quichine is completely loyal to the Grand Doe. We used to be friends, but his disposition has become so sour since he was appointed her protector, and he's quite cold to me now. He can't see well in the darkness. He's the holder of Ari, an unbreakable heirloom fire axe, and he's very skilled with it. He's terribly finicky about food. He'll only eat bland food and meat and... Oh, once when he had a bad cough as a foundren, a caretaker tried to feed him yuckweed, and he kicked her so hard it dislocated her jaw. Poor elder Esselhind. I have another question. What do you know about the outsiders? Not much. The only Kendriner who are allowed in the village before you are traders, and it's always a very big fuss when one comes by. Must have It's been a while since that happened, though. So many Kendrin who have visited must have come in secret. Okay, then. I'll return to my investigation, and I'm going to ask some people some questions. Hello, have you seen anything peculiar? By the eaters, how prosperous we've been. I've never seen the village so flush with fresh water. Excellent. That's good news. How about you? I heard that someone in the village might have a sore throat, so I'm staying at least 10 handspan away from everyone today. Good. Have you? No, you've seen nothing. How about you? Kendrin, a moment of your time, please. You're Walter, yes? You seek to solve a mystery here in the village. I certainly do. Yes, of course. I'm Angerhind, grandson of esteemed elder Esselhind, young scholar of Shakespeare, and best... Oh, I tabbed out by mistake. And best-dressed Hindran in Balar. I am also, as luck would have it, an aspirant investigator with an ear for mystery. My grandhind has forbidden me from looking into the strange doings in the village, but has said nothing about me teaching you the ins and outs of detective work. What say you? I'm listening. Ah, truly. You won't regret this, Kendrin, I promise so. So let's get to it. Every mystery hinges on the detection and interpretation of evidence, as Hemlock Cone said. Ere any prosecution can commence, accusers must attain some evidence. The solving lies in seeing and locating, supporting clues, as well as implicating. Okay then, that was very lovely of you. How do I find evidence? Professor Cones taught me everything about finding evidence. Though evidence you found upon the ground may yet be sound, if it will be sufficient is a toss-up. Examine all your suspects and their homes and all around, and find a witness who may dish the gossip. You can find evidence by looking at things on the ground, but you can also look at your suspects to see if there's anything off about them. You can also ask around to see if anyone has seen or heard anything strange, and different witnesses may have different things to report. What about supporting evidence? Supporting evidence can be any sign that something is amiss that you can't directly tie to an individual. One common example is a bloodstain, which indicates that violence is committed, but doesn't tell you by whom. At its heart, supporting evidence is most powerful when paired with implicating evidence. Once you have both, you'll be in a good position to accuse a suspect. What about implicating evidence? Implicating evidence is what it sounds like. Evidence that implicates someone's involvement in a crime. For example, if someone observed strange behaviour in a person, or you found something weird in that person's room, or even if you observe them behaving strangely yourself, that's implicating evidence. Most of the time, a piece of implicating evidence isn't proof of a crime in and of itself, but when presented alongside supporting evidence, implicating evidence is the seed of truth from which grows the long frond of justice. What if I find implicating evidence for multiple suspects? As Professor Cone said, we know the reach of law, however long, is not the finest judge of right and wrong. Choose not what evidence thou wilt present, ere its consequence is evident. In short, you must use your judgment and intuition, Kendrin. But, ooh. Then what's to keep me from simply choosing the outcome I want? Well, your conscience, surely. You wouldn't be so unethical as to manipulate the resolution of a crime to your own ends, would you? As you say it, I have the further questions. What if I accuse the wrong person? There's always a risk, Kendrin. Nilahine knows everyone in the village very well. If you present supporting evidence that contradicts something that the warden knows to be true about the suspect, well, she probably won't believe you. In fact, she might not let you accuse that person again, so be careful. If you make too many bad accusations, you might lose credibility with her entirely. I see. Thanks very much. I'm going to bugger off now. Have you got anything interesting to tell me? No. You? No. You? No. Let's get some free food while we're here. I do like food. Some dilute salt. Evidence? I came across some Kendrin who claimed to be treasure hunters. They said that they would pay good water for antique artifacts or treasures. Well, we do know that there's the village is lousy with water at the moment, isn't it? So, evidence points towards somebody having traded something for some water, boys and girls. Have you seen anything? No. How about this person over here? Ah, real-life Kendrin. What have you got? It's not merely the icy vapour trails from this Hindran's hands that make her stand out, nor is it her fierce eyebrows or dark shoulder-length hair, her open arms or foreign-made tunic. Most striking about this Hindran trader is the fact that she directs a friendly smile at everyone, even an intruding outsider. She has antlers, icy vapour, thick fur, equipped with a vine weave tunic, leather bracer, carbide battle axe, leather bracer, sandals, and sandals. Solid. Let's see if anyone else has got anything interesting about them. Anxiety personified. I saw no evidence there of anything to be suspicious about. Thus far, all good. A standing pool of water, perhaps? How about you? Oh, no, we've left the screen confines again. You've got thick fur and stuff. You don't have anything worth noting, nor do you. Do you have anything to say? We're going to look at everybody. I know the various outcomes that we can have from this situation, but we're going to just explore the whole village. We'll have a look at everyone over here. What have you got? Nothing. Nothing. The proud stance of this Hindran and the fire in her eyes immediately set her apart from the Cervidian kinfolk. Those sharp green eyes peer out over the white flecked reddish fur of her cheeks, and her split filt trim is the only deviation from the meticulously neutral straight lines of her lip. Save for the leather braces on her arms, nothing she wears or wields is of Hindran make. Not the long folded carbide blade in one hand, nor the emerald light dagger in the other. Not the scaly boots on all of her 4 feet, nor the chain hauberk draped over her chest. Good. This lanky Hindran's thin frame seems even thinner, wrapped as it is in elastine and wilting in an unassuming hunch. Still, her bright emerald eyes take in her surroundings with more insight than anxiety, and her fingers flicker a complex rhythm in the air as she stands idle. Her lightly furred face moves little, even as she speaks. Lilyheart. She's so small as to appear to be foundrin, but a close inspection reveals that this Hindran is a fully grown runt, tense like a coiled spring, but with a furtive gaze far more calculating than one expects from a child. She wears her hair in a pair of buns, tied as tight as her nerves, and a leather apron wraps close around her torso. Her little hands, curled and twitching, are covered with the burns and cuts that mark her as an amateur tinker. Marvellous. Very nice. I don't think there's much else to see here, so let's have a cast another inspecting eye over other people here. Ooh, this bracer is heavily worn but surprisingly clean. Muscle and hide, a face fixed in an unthinking glare and a weapon upon his hip. His face fur aligns itself along the edges of his square-jawed scowl. You might feel guilty for thinking this Hindran a rank thug, were he not so clearly enamoured of the role. Hindriarka. Though time has wizened and weakened the elder of Balar, still her gaze and voice are as strong as any Hindran in the hidden village. Stronger, in truth, for hers is the final word on any matter pertaining to her people. In the name of tradition, she is Hindriarch. On the lips of her children, she is Grando. To the villagers of Balar, she is law. Hello, I have questions for you. Why was Eskind exiled? She exiled herself by leaving. Our codes demand that no Hindran who leaves ever return. Who is your bodyguard? Keyshind is a good boy. He's lost his parents long ago, but has been like a son to me. Now his axe arm is strong where mine is not, and so he lends it. Is Needlehind a good warden? She attends to her duties admirably. She's not terribly assertive, but she needs not be. I'm surprised she's going along with this outside-led investigation, but she's always had a soft spot for the exile. Why did you tell me Eskind had a brother? If you ask the exile, I'm sure she'll spin some kind of accusation that I believe gender is an immutable prison, that I impose it on others. She's lying. Our people have a long history of two-gender Hindran called Hearthind, respected and consecrated. There is a proper path to gender variance in our society of which the male exile could have availed himself years ago. He never did, so I do not recognise him. Well, that's unfair of you. Tell me about your family. What's to tell? We're outcasts, pushed to the margins by our people for the crime of harmless deviance. It's beyond perverse to call us back just so Grando can punish us further. I was told that Eskind has a brother. Where is he? Mia Hind casts a withering glare for an extended moment, then whirls and walks away quickly. I didn't mean to cause offence. I didn't mean to cause offence. Who might have stolen it? The Hindriarch is the most likely suspect in my opinion. She might have kept it for herself or sold it. I've been suspicious of her pet bodyguard, Kisahine, for years. I wouldn't put it past him to steal the treasure. That said, it might have been an outsider like you. I doubt any of the villagers had the nerve to steal such a valuable object, but I suppose it's faintly possible. But it wasn't Neela. But it wasn't Neela Hind. You won't find a purer heart in all of Could than hers. You and the Warden are close, aren't you? We are close, more than close. If it tore my heart to ragged halves to leave my people behind, leaving Neela Hind shredded it into scraps. Live and drink. Live and drink. I'm going to tell you some stuff now. Can I ask some questions? No, we'll make some accusations. The villagers are on edge due to rumours of sore throats in the village, indicating recent illness. Signs of illness seemingly hidden from the village. But that can't be your only evidence, can it? There's no culprit. The scouts have seen Kendran treasure hunters about. That type will take anything not nailed down. But weren't the rumours of sore throats in the village? Weren't there... That wouldn't have anything to do with Kendran? Oh, okay. That was an unhelpful accusation then. Let me ponder it some more. I found a worn-out bracer abandoned near Kisahine's bedroll. Yes, this does indicate that some kind of craft transpired and Kisahine was trying to hide it. So what you're saying is... I'm still not completely certain. We don't want to accuse the wrong people, do we? Do we want to accuse Kisahine? Let's see what our other options are. Rumour has it that the village is flush with water, perhaps because Care made a big trade. That does indicate some kind of trade transpired, and Care was trying to hide it. So what you're saying is... That's right. By concealing illness and trade, it was Care who stole Kindrish. The evidence is clear. Baelar's own Hindriarch has betrayed her people. She took our ancestral treasure as her own, pinning her crime on an exile she knew could not defend herself. For this treason, she is hereby stripped of title, stripped of property, stripped of home. With the exile of Kehind, the Hindriarchy lays vacant. With no elders fit to take it, Eshkind will act as an interim leader until we figure out what to do next. As a people, it will be a challenge to accept change, but we will be stronger for it. My job here is done. Ooh, we received a couple of books, some Hulk Honey, another book, Salve Injector, Blaze Injector, Rubber Gum Injector. Nice. Are you already water bonded with me? Oh, we did. There we go. I'll name my droid Scrambler. We'll go from Warder Neela Hind's culture, and we'll go with dark blue. I would ask you to join me, but I think that you're better suited here in the village, my friend. You have my gratitude for this exoneration, Kendran. This worked out better than I expected, thanks to you. I'll admit I would have preferred to avoid becoming Hindriarch, but I'm hoping to bring my people to a more democratic form of governance than I can vote myself out. Your thirst is mine. My water is yours. Begin the water ritual. Can we get Kehind? Can we have a fight with her? You have a great deal of nerve to speak to me after what you've done. After what I've done? Don't blame me for your mistakes. Is she leaving? Because I'd like to kill her and take what she's got. Is that a possibility? Has she been outcast? I met a cadre of Mapango folk who told me tales of an ancient oak who stood and ruled for a century. She towered tall over those below. She cast shade down so they wouldn't grow, but they all believed it was meant to be. But when Hot Sky Fire broke tradition, she found herself in no position to draw up any such decree. Willow Shakespeare's Macoon, Act 5, Scene 3. I'd like what you've got. Can I have it, please? Let's hope that you're still here. And I'll see it. Never mind. I was hoping to kill you and take your treasures, but I think it's a bad idea. Oh, and you don't want to talk to me either. We don't want Malar soup. Dual wield would have been good. No, I think we're dunzo. You and me. Dunzo. Yeah, I'm a happy bunny there. And on that note, I've been Arsenic Candy Gaming. You've been bloody marvellous as always. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. And stick around. We'll drop a new episode of The Caves of Kud relatively soon. But for now, do take care. Bye-bye.